Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another map time video, and yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. So the first thing that happens is the North African Federation, I guess is that what I'm gonna call it, is deciding to to split these two into two smaller countries and give part of this land over to Egypt. And so they're gonna go like this and just give that to Egypt, and then they're also going to split the country into a bunch of different countries. We're going to have one here, one down here, and one small one over here. And so this is also going to be a country, and so is going to be, and this part is then going to be given over to Egypt. So now the North African Federation has a much larger amount of countries in it. However, most of it was, as I said before, because of the separation of this one massive country. The second thing that happens is these guys are in economic turmoil, and so they decide to actually just combine into two countries. We have these guys who join, and then these guys, giving us the West Coast Union, and then these guys combine to create the West Saharan nation. I think that West Sahara, no, it's something to do with Sahara, which is this part of Morocco, but they're going to just take as their name the West Saharan nation. And so this team has gone down to 2 members, and so they're like, might as well, there's no real reason to. And so yeah, next up is actually quite big. Down here in South America, a war breaks out between Brazil, Chile, and Uruguay against Argentina and this group. Now, at first, the pink team makes a quick advance into the yellow team, as they are the aggressor and they are kind of doing a surprise attack. However, after that, the yellow team manages to push into Chile from the south here and up here in the north, slowly getting their way until they hit the Andes, which means it is quite hard for the yellow team to advance any further. However, up here in the north, the pink team continues with a fast attack into the nation until they accidentally enter Colombian land. By accidentally, they don't really mean it accidentally, they went proper full force, and so it's kind of deserved. And so after that, the defensive organization is notified and is like, oh my god, what are they doing? And so they start fighting back the pink team and actually helping the yellow team. So basically they're on one side now, so anything that's yellow is the same as anything that's blue. And so they managed to fight up in the northern coast of Brazil, and so they actually managed to push in quite far. And with the help of the yellow team, they managed to conquer the rest of Chile, leaving only Brazil in the war. And so they actually managed to push out Brazil everywhere and managed to push into most of Uruguay until it completely surrenders. It is mainly just because Brazil forced them into the war. They didn't really want to fight. And the blue team continues going in until it is all finally complete. Brazil surrenders after a massive loss in land, which will be. I'm not going to bore you guys with the. Should I bore you guys with it? No, I'm not going to bore you guys with the whole details. But basically, the pink team will be dissolved, and we'll see what happens. Because I have quite a cool idea that could happen to Brazil. After that major war, the world is shooken, and so not a lot of war happens for quite some time, which actually leads to some of the pink team members deciding to leave because they're like, the red team's not looking very aggressive, and that's basically their whole idea, to protect themselves from the red team. And so countries like Lebanon and Thailand start to leave. Tajikistan stays, and basically all the other countries stay. And next up, Malaysia decides to invade Brunei, and that happens quite quickly. And then the blue team decides to start invading Thailand. Now, it is kind of weird. However, the reason for this is rebel groups started to slowly pop up. Like, there was one especially over here in the former Myanmar region, a revolution started to happen, and so and it kind of looked like Thailand had a bit to do with it. I mean, though they are mainly a peaceful country, however, in this timeline they've slowly become less and less peaceful. And so the blue team continues their going until they completely cut off northern part of Thailand, and Thailand surrenders. And the peace treaty, all this land, is given to the new the East China, Blue China, whatever you like to call it. And so now they are a massive country, having all of this, all of that land, and they are starting to actually become, after their civil war, they're starting to become a stronger country. Speaking of that, part of China, the Manchuria region of the China, with its big links with Russia, a revolution actually happens in quite down here. And so at first they're doing pretty well, taking all of Manchuria's coast. They don't actually go into North Korea, I just can't do it very well. They are pushed back a bit. However, they actually do manage to hold their ground. And so a peace, and sadly for the Soviets, this part actually ends up being able to break away from the main part of Manchuria, which means that lots of the people in this Manchuria country that don't actually want to be friends with Russia, they decide to go to this new state, and this is actually starting to become a fast growing country, which I believe still also has the encasement of some of the older countries, some of the main cities from past China. I think there's something over here, but I'm not 100% sure. And so yeah, that's it for today's video. Lots of things happen. Big war in South America, the revolution here, Thailand just kind of being destroyed or something, and this area of the North African Federation being changed up. And that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.